Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4. Well, Susan, we made it to Friday.
It's Friday, the start of a long holiday weekend.
Yeah, well-deserved rest for a lot of people coming up. But here's what's making news today. Dane County health officials say we are ready to move into the first phase of reopening.
State Democrats say Republicans have made it harder for people to get their unemployment benefits.
And President Trump pushes for places of worship to reopen this weekend and threatens to override governors who disagree. But first and foremost, Dane County will enter phase 1 of its plan to reopen amid the coronavirus pandemic starting next week.
Public Health Madison and Dane County says phase 1 of its Forward Dane plan will begin Tuesday at 8 a.m. Phase 1 lightly eases many of the restrictions that are currently in place. Office spaces will be allowed to open at 25% capacity. Restaurants will be allowed to open with 25% indoor capacity, and outdoor seating will be allowed. Bars will be allowed to reopen with at least 6 feet between each group. Salad bars and buffets are still not allowed. Retail stores and indoor malls will be allowed to have customers at up to 25% capacity. Health officials say this guidance is based on the science.
Support a risk mitigation strategy throughout so that we can put the appropriate things in place to support building confidence of everyone to be able to get back out and about more.
And coming up later this hour on Live at 4, only on News 3 Now, Public Health Madison Dane County Director Janelle Heinrich will join us. We'll talk about today's order and what phase 1 and 2 will look like. And we'll also get answers to some of your questions that you submitted today on Channel 3000. We'll have that entire interview for you coming up later this hour.
Dane County now has almost 600 cases of COVID-19 and 19 people have died. Rock County has confirmed 520 cases and 15 people have died. Statewide, more than 14,000 people have tested positive for the virus. At least 600 new cases were reported in the last day. 496 people in all have died. The percent of positive cases in Wisconsin has stayed around the same. About 5% of tests came back positive yesterday and today.
Republicans in the state legislature are pushing Governor Tony Evers to fix problems with the state's unemployment insurance office. Our Amy Reed is live from the Department of Workforce Development this afternoon to explain what they want to see done. Amy?
In short, anything, though the department and the administration have made progress. Still, legislators and news stations like us have heard from many people who are struggling getting through this system. Many layoffs began in March, and we've heard from a number of people since this began that they have had to wait weeks and still may not hear back from the Unemployment Insurance Office. Previously, the Department of Workforce Development said IT capacity was low and there wasn't enough staff. They've since expanded hours, moved people to this division, hired hundreds, and contracted out to national services for the call center. Still, Republicans say the governor needs to address the problems people are having with the office.
I've been a little bit more engaged and heated on this over the last few days because what do I tell my constituents? You know, they're sick of excuses. They want a response. They want answers. And as their representative, that's my job to fight for them.
In the last half hour, the governor's office got back to us on some of our questions on this issue. They said the governor and DWD are committed to working to get people the benefits they've earned as quickly as possible, but hiring and training staff to account for this unprecedented number of calls and claims just takes time.
All right, Amy Reed reporting live. Amy, thank you.
Let's take a look outside on this Friday. A packed boat launch at Marshall Park over on Lake Mendota. The weather words, hit and miss storms. Chris is in the backyard, so not a washout this weekend.
Not a washout at all, but we're going to see those rain chances around pretty much each and every single day as we go through the holiday weekend, but we will have several dry hours as well. Today being a prime example of a day where it seemed like it was going to rain all day long. We had the clouds, we're still underneath the clouds now, but the reality is the majority of the day has been dry. Here's high resolution elevation Doppler right now, you can't even find a shower here across south central Wisconsin. As you zoom out, this is now 500 miles of radius around Madison, Wisconsin, and even still, the only place you can see a shower is the extreme southwestern part of the screen there over parts of Iowa. But we're just underneath a lot of cloud cover right now. Still at times, the sun does try to peek through that cloud cover. Temperature-wise, we've been allowed to warm up with seeing enough sunshine. Some of us have been into the upper 60s. For some of us, it has been the low 70s. But for all of us, we've been comfortable as you have stepped outdoors. But folks, we're looking at the days ahead. Tomorrow, we have a chance of seeing some stronger to severe thunderstorms across the southern parts of the state, with more widespread thunderstorms into your Sunday. And with tomorrow's thunderstorms, we have put an alert day in the forecast, just to give everyone a heads up. You know, it's a holiday weekend. We're going to be seeing strong storms. We'll time those out coming up around the midpoint of this show.
All right. We'll see you then, Chris. Thank you. This weekend does kick off the unofficial start to summer, but the coronavirus is looming over this Memorial Day. The sand and surf are beckoning this holiday weekend, putting fears of the pandemic aside. For many, current rules at beaches vary widely from state to state. In hard-hit New Jersey, restrictions are in place along the Jersey shore.
We're going to have what we call social monitoring, people walking around to remind people that they should be separated. We're not going to kick them off the beach or have them arrested or anything like that. We just strongly advise them against it.
Every coastal state, aside from Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and New Hampshire, will have at least some of their shores open to residents by today. A recent Harris poll found most Americans, 95%, say because of the coronavirus, Memorial Day is too soon to take a trip. More people are flying, the most since March 23rd, but it's still down 88% from last year.
The Centers for Disease Control has released new guidelines about reopening places of worship after President Trump announced he is designating them as essential places. Natalie Brand is at the White House with more.
President Trump announced he is designating places of worship as essential services.
Some governors have deemed liquor stores and abortion clinics as essential, but have left out churches and other houses of worship. It's not right. I call upon governors to allow our churches and places of worship to open right now.
The president also threatened to override any state or local official who does not open churches, mosques, or synagogues.
The leaders in the faith community should be in touch with their local health departments so that they can communicate to their congregates.
As states move toward reopening this week, coronavirus task force coordinator Dr. Deborah Birx pointed to a drop in daily cases in states including New York.
But other areas remain a concern for task force officials, such as here in Washington, D.C. And experts say this holiday weekend, it's important to continue to maintain a distance of 6 feet apart from one another and take other precautions.
When you go out for this weekend of Memorial Day and you want to do some kind of social gathering, it's very important to maintain that 6 feet distance and very important to have your mask with you.
Vice President Mike Pence made his second trip out of Washington this week, this time to highlight the reopening of Georgia, where he met with the state's Governor Brian Kemp and restaurant executives. As the nation pauses to honor fallen heroes this Memorial Day weekend, President Trump welcomed bikers to the White House for their Rolling to Remember event. Flags here and around Washington will remain lowered at half-staff through Monday to also mourn all those who've lost their lives to the coronavirus. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
The White House press secretary announced President Trump will donate $100,000 of his salary to the Department of Health and Human Services for COVID-19 related research.
At least 38 people are dead after a plane crash this morning while attempting to land in the Pakistani city of Karachi. More than 100 people were on board the Pakistani International Airlines flight. Rescue crews scoured the crash scene for passengers and residents, but most of what remains is twisted metal and charred concrete. The Airbus A320 issued a mayday before disappearing from radar. A spokesman for the airline says the pilot reported technical problems prior to the crash. The plane was arriving from Lahore when it attempted to land at least 2 times. Pakistan's prime minister promised an immediate investigation. Well, there's more to come at 4. We're going behind the screens with our Michael Bruno.
He'll show us how the group Forward Theater is dealing with Safer at Home. That's when Live at 4 continues. We'll be right back after a quick break.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
At Mounds Pet Food Warehouse, we know that no two pets are the same. That's why each of our 5 Southern Wisconsin locations is wall-to-wall with everything you and your pet need, including dog food, cat food, pet beds, thousands of toys, treats, and chews, and supplies for your small animals, birds, and reptiles, too. With so many options, finding what you need is easy. You gotta get down to Mounds and see for yourself. Mounds Pet Food Warehouse powers them all. And don't forget your free Mounds candy bar.
These are extraordinary times, and we want to thank the extraordinary people in the healthcare community working to care for all of us. At Novartis, we promise to do our part. As always, we're doing everything we can to help keep Cosentyx accessible and affordable. If you have any questions at all, call us, email us, visit us online. We're here to help support you when you need us. Take care and be well. To learn more, call 1-844-COSENTYX or visit Cosentyx.com.
Sometimes distance isn't the only barrier between you, your friends, and your loved ones, which is why TDS works tirelessly to provide you with the fastest, most reliable internet so you can stay strong, stay connected, and keep your world together. TDS, the best internet for how we live.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. And with great deals available, there's never been a better time to buy at your local dealership. To find the dealer near you, visit CubCadetDealers.com.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I solemnly swear that I will support the veterans of the
United States Armed Forces.
I will defend the Constitution
against all enemies. That I will commit
to ensuring they are
not forgotten.
And I will obey the orders of the
President of the United States.
And I will enable veterans
to live the same life of opportunity
they have provided me.
So help me God.
Rest comfortably with brands you can trust at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Create a unique and stylish room with made-in-the-USA products from companies like Smith Brothers of Bern. Select from a wide variety of sofas at a great price.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Social media usage is way up now as people under shelter-in-place orders spend more time on their phones and computers.
While that would seemingly create more opportunities for those making a living as social media influencers, the influencer industry is being impacted by the coronavirus as well. Alexa Buckley, the co-founder of a women's footwear company, Margot, stepped up the brand's social media presence when New York City ordered non-essential businesses closed. She's hoping to encourage customers at home looking at screens to buy her company's handcrafted shoes.
It's a huge opportunity in that we have a more captive audience than we've ever had before. And so we've been thinking a lot about sort of community building.
According to Influencer Marketing Hub, last year the influencer industry grew to $6.5 billion. It was projected 2020 would see the biggest jump yet to $9.7 billion, but that prediction was before the impact of the coronavirus. It was a mixed day on Wall Street amid rising tensions between the U.S. and China. The Dow Industrials fell almost 9 points, ending the week at 24,465. The NASDAQ was up 39, and the S&P 500 gained almost 7. Well, as stages remain dark due to COVID-19 concerns, theater companies are still trying to remain creative.
The Forward Theater Company has launched a new web series to discuss plays and how the productions come together. Michael Bruno goes behind the screens of Sundays with Forward.
We're going to be talking about Forward Theater's monologue festivals.
I've written one short play in high school. That's been it for my playwriting. So.
Yeah. The staff and I chatted and realized that a Facebook Live event could be a really great way to share some information with our audience and just kind of let them know what was going on. And the nice thing about Facebook Live is you can have people chiming in with questions as you go. It's probably the closest thing we can get right now to our post-show talkbacks that we do at Forward after every performance. And at that point, we realized, we're going to all be here for a while. And this is not a bad way to keep in touch with folks. And again, that live aspect of it so that people can talk with us, we're not just talking at them, felt very, in keeping with the way we like to do our theater. It's been such a both scary and also invigorating time these last couple months, I think, because scary for all of the obvious reasons, both on a personal level and also for our industry as well as individual organizations, because this is an incredibly challenging time, certainly the most institutionally threatening time that we've been through as an industry in any of our lifetimes. At the same time, we're creative people. We're energetic people. Theater people are. We solve problems. We make something out of nothing. And to see how not just an individual artist or an individual company, but our whole industry has thrown ourselves into learning how to do something new very quickly. It's really inspiring and exciting. Now, I'm not going to say that any of what we're doing is theater.
Right.
It's a new thing. It's also not television, It's not. It's a new thing. And how much this new thing will be a part of the future of theater, I think it's way too early to tell. For sure, we will go back to the days of gathering together live artists and audience in the same space together. That day will come, and we've returned to that for millennia. I think everybody is just coming together and trying to figure out how do we support our communities first and foremost through all of this? How do we keep connected with our audiences? And how do we make sure that our artists and our arts institutions come through this? Because a lot won't. And we need to do everything we can to keep as many people and companies stable and afloat for as long as we can until we come out the other side of this. The feeling of pressure to create art in the midst of this, it's really intense. And for some people, creating art in this sort of crisis is an outlet, and it's therapeutic and it's healing. For some people, it's not. It's just more pressure. And so in talking with all the artists that we work with, I just keep saying, you don't have to do anything right now. It's also okay to hunker down and do whatever needs to be done to take care of themselves, whether themselves as an individual or an organization. You don't have to. The sort of myth that Shakespeare went and wrote Lear during quarantine, take that off your shoulders.
And Michael joins us now from home. This is an interesting concept. Oh, I can't hear you.
Nope.
There you go.
There you go. Now we got you.
Oh, okay. I like the fact that she says you don't have to do anything. You can just kind of stay and relax and just enjoy this time, just taking a little breather.
But it's been an adjustment for everyone, but especially for people in the theater world to try to transition what they do to the virtual world. So this is very creative.
That's very true. And it's like she said, it's for those of us that crave having that immediate reaction of having an audience, because that's really what theater is. And even though this is a new medium for everyone, you really don't have that sense of that immediacy of having that reaction, of having people gathering and having that art form. So it really is a fascinating time to have this kind of thing happening for us.
And there's not the audience reaction that you often play off of.
Oh, that's absolutely true. You don't get any of that when you're having this kind of format.
All right. When can you see Sundays with Forward?
I believe it's every Sunday, and it's on their.
It's on their Facebook page.
Yes,
Sundays at 2, live on their Facebook page. Just do a search for Forward Theater Company.
That's right.
All right, you're rocking that beard today.
I'm doing Christmas in June now.
All right, you ready? 3, 2, 1,
It's Friday.
Here's Jim.
Hi, Jim.
Have a good holiday weekend, you guys.
Have a good weekend, guys.
Yes, happy holidays.
Can't wait to see you in person. Hopefully soon.
Yes, we miss you. Yes.
All right. Still to come at 4, you've probably heard of go-to meetings.
When we come back, how about goat-to meetings? It's a thing in Verona. Yes, it is. And we'll tell you all about it when Live at 4 continues.
Greenhouse is open and here for you, even during these difficult times. Shop our expansive facility for veggies, herbs, flowers, houseplants, and much more. Kopke's Greenhouse. Stay healthy, stay green.
This is our home. We've never seen it look quite like this.
But there's no mistaking it.
And it's our job to protect it.
Because the best people to fight for our communities
are those within them.
So if you've just bought a Volkswagen or were thinking of buying sometime soon, we're here to help with the community-driven promise.
While there's no instruction manual for what we're all going through now, there is Christian and Natalie and all our other associates at Pick and Save, working with one of the country's biggest supply chains for the Kroger family of brands, keeping our promise that our shelves will be continually stocked and that you'll always have access to the things you need. Because together, we've got you covered. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I?
Wow, is that really me?
Under eye bags and wrinkles are so frustrating. I came across Plexiderm and I was so excited. We have a model. All he's doing is taking a small amount. It's so powerful. That's all it takes. Tightens the skin and smooths it out. Gently rub it underneath your eyes, on your fine lines and wrinkles, and it visibly disappears in as little as 10 minutes. On this Memorial Day, we're offering Plexiderm at 50% off our retail price.
You know, I felt something happening, but I had no idea. Like, I have so many dark circles, I have the puffiness, I have the lines. Like, it's amazing.
Holy words I can't say on camera. I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
Try Plexiderm at 50% off our retail price this Memorial Day and see it work for yourself. Your solution is at plexiderm.com or call the number on your screen.
My wife has always been there for me. 46 years. But now it's my turn to take care of the love of my life. I know a Grace will help me take the very best care of her.
Just call. A Grace will help.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection remains open to serve our customers and communities during these times of uncertainty. During Safer at Home, we've got you covered for all your plumbing service needs. Call us for help. We are here for you.
Kopke's Greenhouse is open and here for you, even during these difficult times. Shop our expansive facility for veggies, herbs, flowers, houseplants, and much more. Kopke's Greenhouse. Stay healthy, stay green.
Well, take a look at this. A paraglider faces a heart-stopping moment after his parachute collapses in the air. The experienced 32-year-old is quickly falling to the ground in a ball of wires in Switzerland. He's trying to untangle the lines, but realizes he doesn't have enough time. The paraglider reaches back and pulls his reserve parachute, but it fails to inflate properly. With no other options, he does his best to try and steer for the meadow between two forests so he doesn't land in a tree. He makes it, but as you can see, it's an extremely hard landing. Miraculously, he's able to stand up without any major issues.
Oh, he's so lucky.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh,
that video just...
My stomach is in my throat.
That's one thing I'll never do. Paraglide.
Heartland Farm Sanctuary in Verona is one of several animal sanctuaries. They're doing virtual field trips and corporate check-ins with people across the world during the pandemic.
These GOAT 2 meetings have gone viral. News 3 Now photojournalist Jim Rader has the story.
Hi. How are you? Good. How are you? He's a Nigerian dwarf goat. Look at him. We are partnering with Sweet Farm Sanctuary in California on their genius idea to bring beautiful farm animals and people together during this immense time of isolation. So we have, it's called GOAT 2 Meeting, and you can actually sign up via sweetfarm.org on their website. We've reached over 44 schools across the country. Almost 100 businesses with employees all over the world. You guys are from a school in Milwaukee, right? Hi, Sarah. Good to virtually meet you. I will tell you that the virtual field trips have been a real hit for schools. We are keeping them free right now. The sanctuaries are absorbing that cost. To visit with some of our farm animal friends, you're going to learn a little bit about them. We just come together to have a positive, uplifting experience during these stressful times.
The power of animals.
That is a brilliant idea.
It is a brilliant. Go to 2 meetings.
I love it.
All right. Chris Reese over the weather. Is that a big holiday weekend coming up?
Yeah, that's right. We do have a big holiday weekend coming up. A lot of folks like to get outdoors when we get towards Memorial Day as well. We've been saying it all day, the unofficial start to summer, but we are going to be tracking those chances for showers and thunderstorms. You'll want to stick around so we can time those out for you.
Now, a WISC-TV editorial with editorial director Neil Heinan.
I suspect this is the first of a number of editorials we will be doing on the issue of wearing a mask when we are out in public. It is surely a sign of the incivility of the times that something as smart, courteous, and innocuous when you think about it as wearing a mask could be a point of contention in a community, a state, a nation. First of all, why would anyone object to someone else wearing a mask? That's just rude. But more difficult is the importance of wearing a mask, whether you want to or not. The vast majority of public health experts consider face coverings an important element of limiting the spread of the virus. And while some may wear a mask for a sense of personal protection, most do it because they want to protect others. That's generous and kind. Maybe mask wearing can be cool. But let's be cool about wearing a mask.
We're back.
We got Untitled food.
Oh, good. What a treat after a long week and no cleanup.
When you can't dine in, then get it to go and support our restaurants during Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week to Go. 2 weeks of fabulous to-go menus you'll love. Visit madisonmagazine.com for details and menus. Restaurant Week to Go, presented by Kesnick's. Food service design, equipment, and supplies.
I guess there is still cleanup to do.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
More than 70 years ago, we at Festival Foods began serving this proud state, building strong relationships founded on trust, compassion, and our unwavering commitment to ensuring that you and your family feel at home every time you visit Festival Foods. It's times like these that remind us that family and home are what truly matter most. So we're using this moment just to let you know that Festival Foods is here for you, because family always looks after family. Be safe, Wisconsin.
When America needed us to build, we built. Masks, ventilators, shields. When frontliners needed support, Ford dealers answered. And now we're open and ready to serve you. With exciting special offers and deals across the Ford lineup. Stop by a Ford dealership or go online. We've made it safer to shop, easier to buy. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 84 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2019 Ford vehicles.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, Memorial Day weekend weekend is upon us, and lots of folks are looking forward to opportunities to get outdoors. But then you look at the forecast and you see chances for showers and thunderstorms, well, pretty much each and every day, despite temperatures being well above average. But I'll go ahead and tell you, the weekend is not a washout, but we are going to be watching those chances for showers and thunderstorms. Here's why. We've been watching this system over the panhandles of Texas and Oklahoma pretty much all day long. This system is going to work its way towards the Great Lakes. As it does so, it's going to swing a warm front our direction. So we're going to see chances for showers along that warm front overnight. Then into tomorrow, we get into something known as the warm sector to a meteorologist. That's the area between the cold front and the warm front. Everything in between that is where you get the greatest instability to fuel thunderstorms. With that, as we head into tomorrow, we oddly enough do have a chance to see some strong, severe thunderstorms, especially throughout the southern part of the state. Now, I'll go ahead and tell you that chance is a marginal risk. That's level 1 out of 5. That just means a couple of folks might get some strong winds. There is actually a possibility of a weak isolated spin-up tornado. So we're going to be watching that very closely as we move into your Saturday. We're not expecting anything for the rest of this afternoon and into tonight, but we will be looking at a chance for some widespread storms across the state as we move into Sunday night into Monday. Most of your Sunday itself will actually be dry, but we've seen the cloud cover out there, folks. The sunshine tried to peek through at times, but temperatures have been comfortable. Here in Madison, we are in the upper 60s once again. There has, however, been just a little bit more in the way of that sunshine as you've worked your way back towards the south and west. That's where temperatures have been warmer, too. We've been watching to see if any isolated showers wanted to pop up. So far, have not seen any, but check the temperatures. 70 in Mineral Point and Lone Rock. Boscobel coming in at 72 right now. We'll put future track into motion. I want to show you the rest of tonight. Notice how things are going to be quiet for us. Into your Saturday, we're quiet for most of the day, but then here we are Saturday at 3:30. We start to see those storms arriving from the south and west. 5 o'clock, widespread thunderstorms will be expected throughout south central Wisconsin. Then by 8:30, these thunderstorms start to work their way towards the north and east. Now watch what happens as we head into Sunday. Most of your Sunday will see sunshine. Weather will be quiet, but by the time we get you towards Sunday afternoon, the northwestern sky is what we're going to be watching for those chances for showers and thunderstorms. Then it's about the warmth. Temperatures will be close to 85 degrees with the humidity by the time we get you towards Monday. Off and on storm chances will last through Thursday next week before more sunshine and temperatures in the low 70s by next weekend.
All right, warm spell, that's for sure. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. Wisconsin emergency physicians have a message for all of us. Don't stay home if you're really sick.
Even if your symptoms have nothing to do with COVID-19, doctors are urging people to seek treatment and not hold off on important health care. Dr. Mark Kaufman is the Chief Medical Officer for the Wisconsin Hospital Association and joins us now live. Mark, welcome to Live at 4.
Thank you so much. Nice to be here.
So what's the message that you want to put out there?
I think the message is that if you have any sort of serious medical condition or certainly anything that might approach an emergency, Wisconsin hospitals, urgent care centers, and emergency departments are open and ready to take care of you in a very clean and safe way.
What are some of the conditions where you really should go to the hospital? A lot of people are afraid to go, especially the emergency room now, because of everything surrounding the COVID-19 pandemic.
The reasons to go to the hospital emergency room are really the same as before. If you feel you have a life-threatening condition, and that really should not have changed. Understandably, I think a lot of the public looking at TV from New York, where the pandemic really has been overwhelming, they see stories where hospital emergency departments are truly overwhelmed, patients in the hallways. That has never been the case in Wisconsin. We have been fortunate. The public has been great with physical distancing. We really have flattened the curve. And in fact, hospitals now in the last few weeks have started to bring back patients for elective procedures and necessary surgeries, which really were delayed and postponed, making sure that hospitals had enough resources if indeed the surge was greater than it actually turned out to be. So hospitals are ready, and not only are they handling emergencies, they are bringing back people who have necessary procedures that are essential to their health.
I was going to ask about procedures that you may have already lined up, like, say, a colonoscopy or an ultrasound or a mammogram. Should you go ahead with those?
You should call your physician or your hospital. Most hospitals, as they have opened up, have a group of clinicians getting together to prioritize which procedures should be scheduled first. These committees are always taking into account the data on COVID patients. They're looking at their own resources in the hospital, such as ICU beds, bed capacity, and ventilators. And they're really striking a balance between taking care of people who appropriately had their procedures delayed, but really should have them done now to preserve their health, but always also preserving capacity in terms of staff and equipment and beds, should there be a spike or a local surge of patients with COVID-19 who need those services.
Should you expect to be tested for COVID-19 if you go to the hospital at any point? Is everyone being tested?
Right now, the guidance from the public health folks are that anybody with symptoms of COVID-19 should get a test. And when you look at the test numbers over the last week or two, on a daily basis, we really have improved in Wisconsin. We've gone from about 1,500 to 2,500 to almost 10,000 tests a day. Many hospitals, depending upon the procedure that you're coming in for on an elective basis, do testing of the patients. It depends a little bit on the nature of the procedure. But certainly if you have symptoms, even if you're not, have a procedure scheduled, but if you have symptoms of respiratory disease, you should call your physician or provider and get advice on where to get tested and how best to get tested.
All right, and don't be afraid. All right, Doctor, thanks for being with us. Have a great holiday weekend. Thank you.
Great to see you, Dr. Kaufman. Thank you for joining us today.
Stick around. Coming up, we'll share a News 3 Now exclusive interview with the Director of Public Health, Madison-Dane County, about the reopening plan.
And then coming up tonight on News 3 Now at 5, how Madison churches are preparing to reopen while maintaining social distancing. That story and more tonight at 5.
Jung Garden Centers are open to help you create your beautiful garden. For a limited time, buy one, get one free, colorful packaged roses. Shop daily 10 to 4 at your local Jung Garden Center and get your growing season off to a safe and healthy start. Jung Garden Center.
Social distancing and family quarantines are a jarring reality for kids. It's a big adjustment, so it's important that we adults do what we can to help them navigate this new normal. Encourage your kids to ask questions and give them honest, age-appropriate answers. Show them things that they can do to regain some control. And above all, reassure them that their safety is your top priority.
Now more than ever, SSM Health and News 3 Now encourage you to take time for kids.
When America needed us to build, we built. Masks, ventilators, shields. When frontliners needed support, Ford dealers answered. And now we're open and ready to serve you. With exciting special offers and deals across the Ford lineup. Stop by a Ford dealership or go online. We've made it safer to shop, easier to buy. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 84 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2019 Ford vehicles.
At Machinery Row Bicycles, you'll find Wisconsin's largest selection of mountain and fat bicycles from Moots, Giant, Felt, and Trek. Trek has an awesome lineup of cross-country trail, fat, and plus bicycles, great for single-track racing or shredding up some gnarly trails. The place to shop for the world's most beautiful bicycles is Machinery Row Bicycles, the most beautiful bicycle store in the world. Service is included with your Machinery Row bicycle. So many fun things to look at and bicycles to test ride on the bicycle path by the lake at Machinery Row Bicycles.
There's nothing like exploring the great indoors. Dining tables that can double as workspaces, sofas that keep your devices charged, sectionals that give you space or take up little space, bedroom sets with plenty of hidden storage, recliners that lift and recline, mattresses that come in a box, delivered to your home safely with new no-contact delivery options. So get the power of Bob's discount the way you want. Online, by phone, in any of my newly reopened stores, or by appointment at select stores near you. With so much to see and do, the great indoors await you at mybobs.com.
Jung Garden Centers are open to help you create your beautiful garden. For a limited time, buy one, get one free, colorful packaged roses. Shop daily 10 to 4 at your local Jung Garden Center and get your growing season off to a safe and healthy start. Jung Garden Center.
Tonight at 5, some people are still hesitant to go out even when things do open back up. But a strawberry farmer says strawberry picking is one thing no one has to worry about. We'll tell you why at 5.
There'll be some showers and thunderstorms tomorrow, but Sunday should be rain-free for much of the day. More thunderstorms are possible on Memorial Day Monday. My forecast at 5.
And ahead at 6, revised CDC guidance says the coronavirus doesn't spread as easily through surfaces as previously thought. We'll tell you about it tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
Public Health Madison and Dane County announced today that Dane County will move into phase number 1 of the Dane Forward Plan. Still a lot of questions surrounding all of this.
Janelle Heinrich, Director of Public Health Madison and Dane County, is with us this afternoon to answer a few of those questions. Janelle, welcome to Live at 4. Good to see you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
This is exciting news. It's big news. Busy day for you today, so we appreciate your time. Can you tell us what phase 1 will look like? What is allowed in Dane County under phase 1?
Sure. In phase 1, we're excited to be able to essentially open up most businesses at 25% capacity, and that's determined kind of in a variety of ways, pending the way your business is organized. It allows for mass gatherings to happen outside, and you can go to the restaurant again and get your hair cut.
How about gyms and fitness clubs?
25% capacity in that, with special precautions. What we're really wanting to support is that we've taken a risk-based approach to apply that across the types of things we like to do, the businesses in Dane County, to support a risk mitigation strategy throughout, so that we can put the appropriate things in place to support building confidence of everyone to be able to get back out and about more, while supporting businesses and understanding the things that they can do to be able to support their business and their customers.
What if you have a loved one in a living assisted facility or a nursing home? Will you be able to visit them now?
No, we're still really asking and supporting that really is limited unless it's for compassionate care to the greatest extent possible. There is high risk. We have vulnerable folks living in different places, and we want to support their ability to stay well.
Why was now the time to move into phase 1?
The data is looking really good. We have a bunch of greens on our dashboard and some yellows, which basically means that we have capacity within our healthcare system. We have low incidence, low daily case counts, and we think that we're able to rapidly respond should we see a little bump up.
Yeah, there has been a little bit of an increase in both the number of cases and in the number of tests, of course, and statewide today, the percentage of new positive cases went up slightly. So what has to happen to move into the next phase?
To move into the next phase, we need to keep on the path that we're staying with and not have any reds pop up. And so what that means is, we need to keep our daily case count low. We need to keep the overall positivity rate low, and we need to keep folks out of the hospital so that our healthcare settings won't be overwhelmed, and that we have the ability in public health to understand where people are when they are sick, who they're in contact with, and we can keep them contained. We can keep the virus contained from there.
If a number of those categories go into the red, can you get rid of phase 1? Can you go back to the way it was, or is this going forward?
Well, the goal is that we're all moving forward, that we're always moving forward. And but we have a 6-phase plan overall that it could indicate that we might have to go backwards, but we know what we had in the past that we would go back to, but that's not our goal. And that's the whole point of having a stepwise approach forward, is so that we can take careful steps and we open things up and we can see what that looks like from a disease transmission perspective and capacity and healthcare perspective, and not have to take that backward step.
Is there anything you can tell us about what this might mean for UW-Madison and the likelihood of having Badger football this fall? That's really the $6 million question that so many people are wondering about.
Yeah, well, I mean, I hope that we can get to phase 3 sooner rather than later. But by and large, not just from Public Health Madison-Dane County, but from the CDC and, other leading healthcare public health entities, the recommendation is that large gatherings are limited or not happening at all. I don't think any of us want to think about a fall without Badger football. It's important to all of us in Wisconsin. But it does create a great risk of bringing a lot of folks close together while we still may be in a phase where we don't know enough about this virus to really keep transmission contained.
So at this point, we don't know. All right, we have some questions from viewers, and we're going to get to those right after the break. Don't go anywhere.
This is our home. We've never seen it look quite like this.
But there's no mistaking it. And it's our job to protect it.
Because the best people to fight for our communities
are those within them.
So if you've just bought a Volkswagen, or were thinking of buying sometime soon, we're here to help with the community-driven promise.
When you think of a bank, you think of people in a place. But when you have the Chase mobile app, your bank can be virtually any place. So when you get a check, you can deposit it from here. And you can see your transactions and check your balance from here. You can detect suspicious activity on your account from here. And you can pay your friends back from here. So when someone asks you, where's your bank? You can tell them, here's my bank. Or, here's my bank. Or, here's my bank. Because if you download and use the Chase mobile app, your bank is virtually any place. So visit chase.com/mobile.
We asked real customers what they really love about Spectrum Internet and TV.
Spectrum Internet has the fastest speeds for everything I do.
There is no turning wheel. It's immediate.
Spectrum's the fastest. Bam.
Get the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance with Spectrum Internet, delivering starting speeds of 200 megabits. That's more than enough for all your devices for $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
I can't get over how much on-demand Spectrum has. I can literally watch a new movie every night.
I got on my shows, and he's got all his shows.
With the Spectrum TV app, I can watch live TV anywhere. It's perfect.
Add Spectrum TV and enjoy more free HD and more free on demand. Plus, use the Spectrum TV app to watch live TV on the go, all from $44.99 a month. Call 833-906-4499.
The fact that they don't have contracts, that says a lot about their service.
Get Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. Install Spectrum services yourself. Get a self-installation kit shipped right to your home. Call 833-906-4499.
Through all the world events since 1930, Surgenians has provided high-quality flooring and service to area homes and businesses. Surgenian's showroom is now open. Come in to see the area's largest selection of flooring options.
It's best we stay apart for a bit, but you're not alone. We're automatically refunding our customers a portion of their personal auto premiums. Learn more at libertymutual.com/COVID-19.
We're back.
We got Untitled food.
Oh, good. What a treat after a long week and no cleanup.
When you can't dine in, then get it to go and support our restaurants during Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week to Go. 2 weeks of fabulous to-go menus you'll love. Visit madisonmagazine.com for details and menus. Restaurant Week to Go, presented by Kesnick's. Food service design, equipment, and supplies. I guess there is still cleanup to do.
Welcome back. Janelle Heinrich from Public Health Madison, Dane County joins us to continue our conversation about the Dane Forward Plan.
It was announced earlier today that Dane County will be allowed to enter phase 1 of the plan, and we asked a lot of you on our social media pages today if you had any questions that you would like to ask, and now Janelle we have an opportunity for Janelle to answer those. So let's start with the first question we got from Penny. And Janelle, she's asking, when can we have graduation parties with more than 10 people?
So we're saying that could happen potentially in phase 2. The soonest that we might be able to achieve phase 2 could happen 14 days after we start phase 1. And remember, phase 1 doesn't start until May 26th. And we're still also recommending that no matter what phase we're in, we're asking folks to kind of limit contact outside of your household unit to the greatest extent possible. And if that's not possible, then to maintain that 6-foot physical distancing.
So you're still emphasizing social distancing and wearing masks and that sort of thing?
Absolutely. It's all of our responsibility to do everything we can to minimize risk and to keep ourselves and our friends and loved ones well.
Now, you mentioned that this goes into effect Tuesday at 8 a.m. Sean emailed us and said, what's the difference if you open now or Tuesday?
Well, if you open now, you're technically in violation of our public health orders, which limits that level of opening unless you're already carved out in that order. We would be in touch with you if we knew about that to try to support you in understanding why it's important to wait until Tuesday.
So if I'm a business owner, how do I know how many people I can have in and just the specifics of reopening?
Yeah, there's a variety of different ways that I think businesses have their capacity calculated, and we're asking folks to help determine that largely on their own. But from a restaurant perspective, that's seating capacity. Offices may determine that by their number of employees or their square footage from a building inspection capacity. So there's a couple different ways that can be looked at.
All right, speaking of businesses, Jerry wrote to us and asked how many patrons will be allowed to enter Ho-Chunk next week? And do tribal lands and properties follow the same orders as everyone else?
So I believe tribal lands have their own public health authority.
So they won't fall under the requirements of phase 1?
I think that may be true.
Okay.
All right, let's emphasize again, this takes effect 8 a.m. on Tuesday, not this weekend, correct?
Tuesday, May 26th.
All right, well, entering phase 1, hopefully we'll get to phase 2 and then phase 3.
Yeah, I hope so.
Stay well, everybody. Janelle, thanks for being with us today. Have a great holiday weekend.
Thanks.
Janelle, thank you so much for your time. Great to see you today.
We'll be right back.
Thank you so much.
Every day, our doctors and nurses, our cooks, housekeepers, therapists, and every member of your healthcare team give the most of themselves to care for you, to care for our community. These are your champions of health.
These are extraordinary times, and we want to thank the extraordinary people in the healthcare community working to care for all of us. At Novartis, we promise to do our part. As always, we're doing everything we can to help keep Cosentyx accessible and affordable. If you have any questions at all, call us, email us, visit us online. We're here to help support you when you need us. Take care and be well. To learn more, call 1-844-COSENTYX or visit Cosentyx.com.
Only Steinhoffel sells more Tempur-Pedic than anyone else. And right now, get $300 in Steinhoffel's cash with any Tempur-Pedic. We are Wisconsin's #1 Tempur-Pedic retailer.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I solemnly swear that I will support the veterans of the
United States Armed Forces.
I will defend the Constitution
against all enemies. That I will commit
to ensuring they are
not forgotten. And I will obey the orders of the President of the United States.
And I will enable veterans to live the same life of opportunity
they have provided me.
So help me God.
Every day, our doctors and nurses, our cooks, housekeepers, therapists, and every member of your healthcare team give the most of themselves to care for you, to care for our community. These are your champions of health.
Get the facts with Reality Check, only on News 3 Now.
One last look at your Memorial Day weekend forecast. There will be chances for at least some showers or thunderstorms every day, but none of the days will be complete washouts, folks. Look for the best shower chance coming Saturday afternoon, particularly between about 3 and 5 o'clock. That's when I expect some of the strongest storms. Most of Sunday is dry. We'll see those thunderstorm chances again Sunday night and to Monday with very warm temperatures.
All right, thank you, Chris. We'll be right back.
Kopke's Greenhouse is open and here for you, even during these difficult times. Shop our expansive facility for veggies, herbs, flowers, houseplants, and much more. Kopke's Greenhouse. Stay healthy, stay green.
At Mounds Pet Food Warehouse, we know that no two pets are the same. That's why each of our 5 southern Wisconsin locations is wall-to-wall with everything you and your pet need, including dog food, cat food, pet beds, thousands of toys, treats, and chews, and supplies for your small animals, birds, and reptiles too. With so many options, finding what you need is easy. You gotta get down to Mounds and see for yourself. Mounds Pet Food Warehouse powers them all. And don't forget your free Mounds candy bar.
Where can a healthier heart lead you? For people with heart failure taking Entresto, it may lead to a world of possibilities. Entresto is a heart failure medicine prescribed by most cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart, so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. And with a healthier heart, there's no telling where life may take you. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto. Novartis thanks the heroic healthcare workers fighting COVID-19.
Greenhouse is open and here for you, even during these difficult times. Shop our expansive facility for veggies, herbs, flowers, houseplants, and much more. Kopke's Greenhouse. Stay healthy, stay green.
The unofficial start of summer is this weekend, and Lola and Louie, just like all of us, are ready for a long weekend.
But before they take off, they have this week's edition of the News Hounds.
It's News Hounds Now Update with Lola and Louie.
This week on the News Hounds, not one, but two baby elephants.
Put up your dukes.
And extreme couch surfing.
But first, 3 penguins stroll through the halls of the Nelson Atkins Museum of Art in Kansas City. The tuxedo-clad visitors view artworks by Impressionist and Baroque masters. The director of the museum expected the birds would be most interested in the works by Monet because they're soothing and resemble water. However, the waddling visitors seem to be most engaged with the Baroque works, including those by Caravaggio. The museum director adds he doesn't know what they feel or what's on their minds. They stop and look and wonder.
Visitors to the Prague Zoo were treated to a rare sight, 2 baby Asian elephants exploring an outdoor enclosure with their mothers. It's the first outing for the newest arrival, born on May 9th to Mother Janita. The still unnamed female calves were born just over a month apart, as the elder one was born on March 27th. The pair have the same father, making them half-sisters. Prague Zoo has hosted Asian elephants since 1933, when the first elephants arrived 2 years after the zoo was founded. The first elephant to be born at the zoo arrived in 2013, and several, obviously, have followed since.
2 adult male gorillas at the Atlanta Zoo enjoyed some time together. The zoo tweeted a video of 29-year-old Stoddy and his 24-year-old brother Charlie playing and vocalizing with each other. In the video, you can see what the zoo calls play faces, the open-mouthed expressions, and you can hear their play vocalizations. Stoddy and Charlie are Western lowland gorillas who are in a bachelor group with another half-brother. The zoo is home to one of North America's largest populations of gorillas.
Finally, here's a great way to spend the Memorial Day weekend. This is Trevor and his dog Parker chilling on a couch in Southern California. They take 2 stand-up paddle boards, hook them together, and put a couch on top for a smooth ride. That's not all for this pampered pooch. He likes chilling on one paddle board while Trevor